This is Kosmographia, the Randall Carlson podcast.
Randall, of course, you don't have to get to nano diamonds. I mean, keep on the track if you want to, but yeah, just
actually, thanks for doing that. I think it was an interesting segue, only because I don't want people to overdose on, because I already could tell it was getting a little bit too much for Russ to handle. He was looking for more, we need some more macro scale stuff, the kind of stuff we can walk around on.
Yeah, he asked about that last week, so he got a big dose.
It's good.
Jeremy dose. I'm trying to remember if that was the same day that we were up at Max Patch and they're down at Pigeon River there, or same weekend.
It might have been, yes.
It's definitely good to throw that stuff in there because that's the kind of stuff people can walk around and look at in their backyards. They can't look for nano diamonds and fullerenes and microspherals and all that.
Yeah. There is one more picture of Jeremy that I should show before we move on.
I wish I had that one where he's running across the, we'll have to find it by the time we get to the Newark Mounds. I'll come up with it. But yeah, he's like just floating. I mean, he's running like a damn deer. So graceful. With the hair back there,
Yeah, and he had a great sense of humor. I mean, he and I had some really good laughs.
Oh, like you said, very wry.
Yeah.
A lot of people might not get it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I hope we get to see him again sometime this lifetime.
Maybe this will get the word. This will get the word out, and suddenly he'll appear.
I was hoping that he wasn't sick in some way, that he was, on his last legs. I don't know.
No.
I hope that's not what it is. I hope he just decided to go be out in nature.
Yeah, you didn't tell the story about how he showed up at your house and gave you his entire library and
No, didn't quite get there.
I think you need to do that. We need to finish the Jeremy thing.
Yeah. We'll do a little commercial and just a minute or two to finish the Jeremy story, and then we'll move on to nano diamonds.
I don't know, man. My opinion is we should just stick with it. We got you'd barely be scraping into the nano diamonds, and then the show would be over. And I don't know. That's my opinion, but
get into them damn nano diamonds.
Nanners.
Nanner diamonds.
Nanner diamonds.
Nanner diamonds.
Oh, but I had
do a commercial and talk about Jeremy some more. Yeah, we might only have 15 minutes left.
No, that's what I'm saying. Stick with it.
Yeah.
And
well, that's what I was saying when he came back. I was like, we don't have to detour or get back away from this.
I think you should show the picture and talk about it, and we can just finish the show with this little segue, and we'll go back and then we'd make sure next show you get the whole hour and a half for nano diamonds rather than because we'd do a little bit and then we'd have to go back into it again. I don't know.
No, listen, the stuff that we're talking about here, I love talking about it.
I do.
Yeah,
man. Well, I mean, I'm behind a week now, so we could even hold this episode and interject next week's episode next and flip this one forward. I don't know.
No, I like having this is kind of like an interlude. And I did make the whole point about what we're trying to do here is to tie these two different kinds of evidences together.
Yep.
Yeah.
To see if we're looking at a singular event here or what's going on. I mean, in trying to solve a crime, you might actually look at the corpse laying on the ground there, but you might also, dust the doorknobs for fingerprints,
Right.
And that's kind of what we're doing. We're going to look at the corpse. Here we have this valley. It's a corpse. It's been laying there. It's all decayed and eroded and covered in leaves and rocks and everything. But, that's the corpus delicti, if you will.
Well, I just would have had a background of Big Creek or something up there in western North Carolina instead of melting ice in Greenland.
So Randall, if we do stick with this, if that's what you end up wanting to do, I'd like maybe we're gonna show you a picture.
Okay.
Yeah.
And see if you want to maybe just
take
a stab at this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody made a comment about that, and I didn't know what they were talking about. I guess that's probably what it was.
Yeah, I Googled the picture. Man, it's amazing.
Yeah, it is a mountain-sized pile of giant black boulders. I mean, how does this even happen?
What kind of boulders? Are they volcanic?
Well, yeah, it looks like a cinder cone that's not cinders. They're blocks.
It looks like somebody, like millions of people, decided to clear a giant field and stack all these stones in one place.
Well, yeah,
look at
like go back to Debbie, they buried something.
Yeah, you see that picture over there? Those are the boulders.
Yeah.
But if you look at it from the top, it doesn't look like it's a volcanic thing. I mean, I don't know. I've looked at it from Google Earth. It doesn't really appear to be a cone or a cinder cone. It's actually a kind of a long string, like a.
Yeah, I've never heard of it. Though there's Black Mountain right on the other side of Asheville, and it's the Black Mountain Range that has the big Mount Mitchell's. It's the tallest peak east of the Mississippi, right on the ridge over here. Different Black Mountain.
So there's what it is from the top. Yeah, Black Mountain National Park. Huge pile of boulders, just in the middle of what?
And you can see the trees like taking over it over here.
How tall is the thing relative to the surrounding plain?
It's mountain sized. I don't know the actual numbers.
Damn thing is in my way.
Yeah, that sucks.
That's annoying.
Yep.
That's a dangerous word to say.
Annoying?
Solifluction.
Oh yeah, I know. I mean, it's probably a couple 100 feet at least.
Yeah.
And it's incredibly dangerous. Because it's all these giant boulders. There's, you can easily get lost.
Yeah.
And people go up onto it and never come back. If you slip down into a crack, you're gone.
Right.
Oh.
It doesn't say that it's basalt.
I don't remember if it's basalt. Yeah, that's a pretty good picture of. But I mean, there are the natives there have stories of, of like whole tribes hiding on the mountain from other tribes that they're fighting or something like that, and then they just all vanish.
Oh,
wow!
Because they go into little caves, and then it's easy to get lost, and then the rocks all kind of heat up during the day, and then when they move around, and then it cools off, and they start making all this noise and shifting, and it's just incredibly dangerous. And it just makes you wonder, like, what would stack them up like that in this spot is just really wild.
Now that looks volcanic.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the same place. Maybe it is.
Doesn't look well. I mean, that looks like just highly fractured and eroded bedrock. It doesn't look like a bunch of separate pieces.
Yeah. Or lava or something.
But there, look at that.
Yeah.
Wow. Huh.
And another story the natives say.
Oh wow, there's some scale.
Yeah.
God.
Huh.
The natives, another story that they say is that those boulders cover the entrance to the underworld.
Yeah.
Sounds like a volcano.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
And that I think, what is it? The Australian, the rainbow serpent lives beneath it or something. And that it was the purpose of the pile was to cover the entrance to where he lives, to keep people out of it.
What was that name? Oh, Kalkayaka. Randall, I'll let you do that one. You're good at that.
the native name is hard to say.
Jeez, look at that.
Yeah, there you go.
I wonder if the rest of the mountain are that size, or if that's just that lower section that they're that much larger. Yeah, that's amazing. And they're rounded. They're smooth.
Yeah, they are.
They're not jagged. Yeah, interesting. All right. Road trip, plane trip, boat trip.
Yeah. Road trip, plane trip, boat trip.
I knew a guy in Australia. I used to talk to him on Facebook quite often. He was a native guy, and he told me he was going to this park to take a look. And I was like, all right. And when he came back, he was like, yeah, I got close to it, and the whole place is freaky. He was just like, it's a scary place. And of course, he was, thinking of all the stories, but I was just like, yeah, I can imagine you want to be really careful.
Randall, you remember that going up Round Top Mountain there at, above Pend d'Oreille? There's that whole flank of the mountain that's just all those big jumbled, exposed, broken up rocks.
Yeah.
All the way to the top of the mountain. That's a challenge to hike up. Another one of the famous rusty shortcuts.
Oh, that's right. Well, was it?
Up on Round Top Mountain there, up above Lightning Creek and Pend d'Oreille there.
Clark
Fork, up at Clark Fork.
Well, I remember a rusty shortcut there in Boone Fork, and I remember a rusty shortcut at Foster Coulee. So there was another rusty shortcut at Red Top Mountain.
Round Top Mountain, yeah.
Round Top Mountain.
Yeah, he tried to skirt around that boulder.
So these are famous shortcuts that turned out to be a really bad idea.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. In fact, maybe we should tell a story when we get back about the Boone Fork Creek shortcut, because actually I have a slide that's like 3 slides ahead of where we're at that would segue right into that story.
Save Rusty. We need to do a whole Rusty episode too. This is just
Rusty. Rusty's no longer with us. He has passed away.
You could just mention it like right there at the end real quick and not go into details. And then people be like, wait, what's the Rusty shortcut?
What's the Rusty shortcut?
Yeah.
Tune in next time, folks.
Yeah.
Rusty.
I love that. Yeah.
Well, I'm looking at pictures of this Black Mountain thing, and it seems to be on the northeast coast. I don't know if that would.
Well, that was going to be my next question: is how close to the coast is it?
It's pretty close.
Okay.
Wow.
So it might be a tsunami.
Tsunami something.
But the thing is, it's so well defined. I mean, it's like all these rocks are scooped up and dumped in one place.
Right. Like
by the gods.
Like I was thinking maybe deep down underneath there somewhere is some kind of, rock formation, and they got kind of jammed up against it somehow. But I don't know. If water was moving and it hit some kind of rock outcrop there and then it started dropping boulders all around it because of that, I don't know. But it doesn't look streamlined enough to be that.
Right. All right. Should we?
Damn. Like you said, Brown, you better figure out that Philosopher's Stone.
I know it. Yep.
You need another 50 years here.
We need another 50 years. Absolutely, we do.
Yep.
Okay.
We're ready when you guys are.
I'm ready.
Alrighty.